basketball.
It's time to strap in and get ready. The Insight NBA team is in the arena, bringing you the ultimate play-by-play on who's hot and who's not to help you win your leagues and dominate your mates. You're now hooping with your hosts, Matty G, Skitty, and Mally for the Insight NBA show.
All right, g'day everyone. I am doing it. This is a punting Wemby build. I'm about to get in. We've got some guys from the Yahoo thing involved. We've also got some guys from the Insight Fantasy Sports team, including Braino from our NRL show. I'm doing a punt Wemby build. I am picking from one, and because his consensus, he's the number one guy on the board. I'll share it with you in a second. You can see it the moment we get to it. He's sitting there right on the blocks, and everyone's going to say at the end of the day that, oh, what are you doing? You got to take Wemby at one. No, you don't have to. We still know that Jokic is really, really good, but there's this sexiness and this appeal to taking Wemby. So I'm just going to see what we can work today if we don't take Wemby. So I am going to lean into Jokic with my first pick and then build around that. So you can even see there the deficiencies just slightly between Wemby and Jokic is field goal percentage, games played, points. Jokic is going to get you some more, horribly more rebounds, double the amount of assists, around the same steals, but it's blocks where we know that Wemby is incredibly strong. He is obviously going to be the league leader in block shots, even by their projections to start the season. But you can see the drop off here from 305 all the way down here. So I'm just going to get back to rank, and I'm just going to get him in my queue straight away so it doesn't go haywire. There we go. Queue up Wemby. Queue up Jokic in there to number one. And here I am. And I'm taking him straight away off the board. There we go. So when I'm looking at these, Wemby's obviously going to go to Paolo. He is the consensus number one. So there it's go. We'll see how it plays out. So what I'm going to be doing for this one is I'm going to be looking to complement Jokic's strengths. Now, I still want to be strong in blocks, but when you can see that drop off there, this is why punting Wemby might be a decent strategy. You go from 300 all the way down to Chet, who's projected as number two, Jokic, Kessler, Brook Lopez, all these guys, Anthony Davis, they're all like 200-ish. The guy's going to get you 100 more blocks. So that's huge. When you look at the field goal percentage for Jokic, there's not a big ding there. The threes, they're down. But we know that threes and points are really easy streams, especially threes. So this is where I'm kind of like, I'm okay with it straight away. I don't have to mind it so much. I can get them later on. But I know I'm going to get probably more rebounds, and I'm going to get way more assists. And assists are really valuable as well, especially when you start considering the 10 assist guys in the league per game. And you look at those averages, look at their average stats, 10.9 for Tyrese, Trae Young around 10. These are just on Yahoo's projections, but you can use it as a litmus test for what we know. And we know that there's only going to be a certain amount of guys who are up around 10 assists a game. Now, if there's any way, shape, or form that I can get a guy like James Harden back in my second round, awesome. Really nice. Cade Cunningham's going to get a bunch of assists. Ja Morant's going to get LaMelo Ball. I think he is an absolute hack this year. I think if he's going to slip down, if I can get him at the turn, there's no way that I'm not going to take LaMelo Ball. Going back on there, pretty easy. We've got guys in and out, in and out. We love it when they drop like that. Wemby, obviously, at number two. Doncic at 3. Shea 4. And Giannis at 5. So we're looking at that straight away. Tyrese Halliburton going off at 6 in our first round. Joel Embiid at 7. And we're coming up to Braino. I'm really looking forward to what Braino is going to do in this one. Oh, come on. Anthony Davis has got to be sitting there. This is the great debate. Do you take AD or Joel Embiid? Me? I am taking AD. When he starts to fall down to 7, this bloke, K-Dash, he must have the worst internet on the planet. You can see that he has joined and left about 5 bloody times in 10 seconds there. There we go. Anthony Davis at the 8th pick. I just reckon that's solid for Anthony Davis. Going through our picks and looking at, I'm going to look at some guys in my queue. I did say straight away, and I'm joining Adam King next week from FBI Basketball. There's going to be a secrets to the queue and setting your queue. So make sure you check that podcast coming up. That's going to be later on. He's invited us to punt on that one. So look, I'm going to go down through here and guys who I like. I'm going to look at guys like Kyrie. I'm going to look at Donovan Mitchell to see how far he can go. I'm going to look at guys like Chet, Devin Booker. I'm going to look at also guys with high numbers around that zone. Like, look, I don't like it, but look, the threes I can make up quite easily. Oh, he gets me really good points. Look, the field goal percentage by LeBron, but I do get a bit of a ding on the free throw percentage with him. That's just nice across the board. The steals were there last year. Scotty Barnes in the second round late might be a good option, but I just don't trust Toronto. Yeah, I'm going to put LaMelo in my queue. I'm going to look to couple him with the point guard where I can look to get some assists and really build around that. LaMelo was that cheeky one that I know that late I might be able to get. And look, rounding out the first round, as you can see here, we've got Anthony Edwards, Steph Curry in the 11th. That's good for Steph because he has been dropping into the second round. And Trae Young is going at 9 with Jason Tatum at 10. So Trae Young, that's a bit of a homer from Braino. I love that from you, Braino. Number 9, you couldn't do that. Sabonis now at 13, another one of those big man archetypes that does the rebounding and the rebounding and the assists. We get value from him around there. And look, it might not be the sexiest pick in the world for Sabonis, but I like it. So here's my queue. And it's gone, as you can see. Already winning down, Donovan Mitchell. See, we hope for these guys, but we know we're not going to get them. This is why I'm pragmatic. And I'm thinking a guy like Kyrie might fall. Oh, his hand injury scared people off. There goes Chet. So if you could ever Chet and Wemby pair up in the second, if he falls, I think 16 is too high for Chet. I'm not going to lie. I think it's too high. I think that's like peak Chetty. I think it's peak Chet. Look at the draft scout. This Yahoo, but I need to speak to Dan Titus about this. It's suggesting that I grab Scotty Barnes, DeJounte Murray. Kawhi Leonard, also an excellent one. Look, I like Kawhi because the value late. We know that without Paul George in town, he's going to be bringing me some more value. I don't mind it whatsoever. So I start to, now there goes Kyrie at 17. 18 is Kevin Durant. I might have a shot against LaMelo here. You can see that my queue is whittling down. I did say that I like Dame. And I'm instantly starting to make up those threes that I missed out on. But again, I do like LeBron, I like Scotty, and I like Harden. It depends on where I want to cuff it here, is what I want to do. Oh, come on. Leave me LaMelo Ball. If I could just live in a world, if I could just live in a world where LaMelo Ball, do I get really, oh, Jesus, I'm going to get risky. Oh, this might be one of the most, I did it last year when I took one of my favorite drafts early on was like injured guys. And it worked out. I took Kawhi, rode him all year. That was huge. And I took those question marks. If I can get LaMelo Ball and Kawhi Leonard here, I'm of the opinion that I am absolutely getting first round guys at the end of the second and the beginning of the third. And it's starting to come. Scotty's gone. Maxi's gone. Durant's gone. These are the big names we know. I like all of these guys here. I like guys like Harden. But for me, in this kind of build, I like it. Fred VanVleet, DeJounte, second round pick for a lot. I'm doing it. I'm taking LaMelo. I'm getting excited, kids. This is going to be a lot of fun. LaMelo is a first round player. There's no rant about it when he is healthy. Do we get that? We just haven't seen it. Like it's scary as all hell. I've got goosebumps because I've never drafted LaMelo. I've actually been an anti-drafting LaMelo, but when I look at what I'm going to get out of this bloke, it's massive. I'm going to get the threes. I'm going to get dinged on my field goal percentage, but that's great because you know what I did on my first pick? I took Jokic. And if I can double up that one with the safety pick there of Kawhi, well, that's really good. Oh, here we go. I'm doing it. Oh, this is going to be the riskiest thing. Okay. Yep. I called it. I'm going to do it. I like LaMelo there, but I do have the choice of Kawhi. Now, look, I'm going to keep my free throws up. Kawhi is a much better free throw shooter. High steals again. I like it across the board. I get threes from him as well. LeBron was much improved, but his free throws do kill me. I've basically just locked down 3 first-round picks straight off the rip. Like for me, I think that's a really smart strategy. Other guys that I might have thought about was guys like Jaren Jackson Jr. is really nice there. Other guys that I like with points and threes, Lauri Markkanen is good value. But again, these are second round guys. Guys like Fred VanVleet, LeBron, all second round. So what I want is I want a guy who can jump up into that first round value. And there is no way, shape, or form. Kawhi was first round value last year, 100%. Jokic was first round value. And this is where the run of other guys starts to go. So straight away, we've had Jaren Jackson. We got straight after those picks, Jaren Jackson Jr., LeBron James, Bam Adebayo, De'Aaron Fox, and James Harden. And I'm going to ask Braino straight up. Like that, Braino? Here we go. What a pair. What a pair. I don't know if I'm talking about the size of my nuts right now or the players, but I'm doing it because it's a ballsy move. You're really just punting excellence. And then what you want to do as well. I'm not adverse to this. I'm not adverse into taking someone who you know might like LaMelo or might be a, God forbid, Clippers fan, and just using that as dangle trade bait. If they come in the season looking good, starting the season well, looking sexy, Kawhi, first round value. Who can I get then? Because for me, that's pretty good. I'm looking across the board. I'm strong in points, right? I'm strong in rebounds. I'm strong in steals. I'm strong in field goal percentage. What I want to hone in on is really now starting to get my assists and my steals up because I've taken two really good assist guys, but I'm probably going to look to really consolidate I've got really good assists and steals across the board. Good points, not bad threes. It's the field goal percentage and free throw percentage that I really want to probably buoy up a little bit here. Ooh. I start to look around now, and I know they're starting to go. So let's go through. It's slowed down. Larry Markkinen, good value there. Fred VanVleet, great at 33. Surprised that he's gone after Desmond Bane, but it will be a good Bane season. Paul George at 31, Harden at 30, De'Aaron Fox at 29. Good picking around. Okay, so this is the thing. Jalen Johnson up. Now, I'm not going to lie. Braino is going to be kicking himself there because he would have had his eyes on Jalen Johnson 100% of the time. Here we go. Jamal Murray. All right, where are you? Come on. Get your cue set. Get your cue set. All right. Karl Anthony Towns, Jamal Murray going off. You're setting up for Braino for a bit of an interesting one here. Josh has jumped in at 39. Looking through here, Cade Cunningham late. If he has truly fallen, if someone goes into auto draft, I'm not going to get him. But picking up Cade Cunningham in the 4th round would just absolutely lock that down for me. Jarrett Allen, I like that. Another big who I can control that field goal percentage with. Doesn't really hurt my free throw percentage. Alperen Şengün, that might be a nice little look for me as well. Oh, I like it. I like it. I like it. So here's my teams right now, my draft results. Going through here, my team. There we go. I've got LaMelo, Kawhi, and Jokic. So far in the standings, it's looking around that I'm mid-pack. When I look at everyone else, let's just sort here. I'm high in the free throw percentage. That's great. I like to keep my field goal percentage up around the 500s. It's really super competitive. Anything from 500 up weekly, you're competitive. Free throw percentage. I like an 850 threshold around that if I can. It depends on the punt, obviously, that you're looking at. And you can see here that I'm right teetering on that edge. After these picks that are going, I've gone in here. Oh, there goes Şengün. There goes. Okay, yeah, fair enough. I knew I was bloody dreaming. Ja Morant. Yep, I know I was dreaming. One can hope. And you can see that my queue is absolutely obliterated. Looking at threes through here, you can see this is where I am weak. I am almost the worst at 6.4. Very, very three-point heavy, but I can make those back. And now I'm looking for my points. 74 all the way down. I'm needing to get some scorers, but I do have my eyes on some scorers that I can get late. Rebounds, I'm about middle of the pack here, but 24 is not bad. It's competitive to start off with. Assist, again, you can see the jump. So this guy here, Trenton, he's gone really hard on assist. And if you look at his draft results on the teams for Trenton, you can see how he has single-handedly gone into being like, I'm going to get all the assist guys. Halliburton, Maxey. All right, I'm going back to my players. I'm looking on my list, and I am going to take Franz Wagner here just to boost up my points. I like him. I don't think it's the best pick I'm going to make, but I've got a little bit of time. I'm probably thinking someone here like Kristaps. he's going to be late. I like Derek White. I like my threes that I'm going to get. I like my percentages from Derek. And I also like the steals and the blocks out of position that I get from Derek White. So I'm going to lean in there, and I'm going to start targeting someone. Probably lent into Wagner a little bit early. I'm not against it, but there is some points that are coming later around here. Now he's up around 54. And this is the thing. I don't want to jump early. If I'm picking one or two, I don't want to jump early on him because that means that I'm capping out around putting top 50 value on Emmanuel quickly. Now, I like him around there, and I think he could probably just jump back in. But let's look down through the rounds this one and see how the draft results go for this one as we go down here. So we've started off that one there with me picking Derek White. Kristaps has gone off the board. I like that. I'm not sure how many games I get from Kristaps. So for me to draft him at 50, he's coming back in November, like late December, when I think it more could be January. And they could be really slow with him. Jaylen Brown and DeAndre Ayton. Through the fourth round, we've got Franz Wagner, Evan Mobley, Jalen Williams, Mikal Bridges, which is way too soon, Calvin. Way too soon for Mikal Bridges. 44 for Ja Morant, Trenton picking up Alperen Şengün, Jarrett Allen, Jimmy Butler, Cade Cunningham by Braino. Love that from him. Miles Turner, Karl Anthony Towns, Jamal Murray started that one off. I think Miles Bridges is a good pick there, K-Dash. But again, I'm liking where it's happening. I'm liking guys like Quickly, and you can see that he's still hard here in my queue, but no one's really taken him yet. I really want to shake it up, but I really like this team. So far, I've got a lot of assists. I've got a fair amount of points coming through. I've got good defensive stats. I've got good percentages, and I like where I am. So let's get that out of there for a minute quickly. Keep our eye on him. Now, Rudy Gobert. Okay, so we might see a bit of a run on the centers. DeMar DeRozan was a target that I was possibly having in mind. There goes Quickly. So Quickly at 60. I am all for Emmanuel Quickly at 60, and I actually think that's great value. One of my other favorite guys there, Nick Claxton. Now, I'm going to throw Mark Williams in my queue, because he is one of the two guys that I talked about in the Charlotte Hornets preview with Skitty, that you can win your league if these two guys come back and they play games. Like, if they play games, they're going to help you. They're going to help you a lot. Now, what I said as well about points earlier on, there was a couple of players that I wanted to mention. Jordan Poole. Here he is. Hello, Paulie. Let's put you in the queue for later on. And I don't do it. I'm going to put Cam Thomas in. Now, we're paying attention to where their ADP currently is. About 83 for him, and come back. So it's coming around really quickly to me. I put a couple of points guys in. Michael Porter Jr. Now, there goes Mark Williams at 66. Now, we like that for Mark Williams. D'Angelo Russell before that, Pascal Siakam, not sexy, Drew Holiday, and Brandon Ingram. All solid, all decent, all very run-of-the-mill picks, to be honest. And there's no problem with that whatsoever. I'm going to need to lean into points and get some more of those. And so I'll put those guys up the top of the queue. Oh, Josh Giddey hurt. I was thinking maybe that was a go. Oh, surely it's 70. This is value. He's going to get all the shots that he needs in the world around here. I'm going to draft Tobias Harris. In Detroit, I think that's about as safe as houses. And I'm going to get one of my other favorite picks of the draft right here. Now, his ADP is around 90. I am jumping on him early because I know he's not going to be making it back to me in 24 picks. And sometimes you just need your guy. I am not going to get those points that I wanted. So this is now where my experiment is. Who's going to fall to me? Is it going to be Poole? Is it going to be Thomas? Or is it going to be a guy like Jalen Green? So these are 20-point-a-game scorers. Let's put Jalen in, one of the many Jalens across the NBA. Not Jalen with that one. Here's all your Jalens: Brunson, Johnson, Williams, Duran, Suggs, and Green. Also, while his name's there, hello, late round stash, Jalen Smith. Don't forget to put those guys in your queue where you want to go. And let's go back to our draft results by round. So, okay, big points guy there. I love that from K-Dash taking Zach LaVine. Brandon Miller, another one of my favorite Hornets that I was thinking of. I went Hartenstein. I know I'm not going to get him in another 20 picks time. I'm going to have to take my guys when I can get them. So we're looking at Kuzma, another points guy. So this is where the last of the great big points guys shows. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Let me clear that out for 1 second. This is just on their projections alone. Now, Anthony Simons, he's still there. Oh, that's good. Okay, so this is the guys who are going to be around 20, 25 points a game. Boom, boom, boom. Let's put them all in there because we know we need them. Terry Rozier around 19. Jalen Green. The percentages can hurt a little bit. The steals are down. But again, guys like Anthony Simons, Cam Thomas is the guy that I'm probably going to look at here with Jordan Poole. Tyler Hero's gone out. Valanciunas and Poole has just gone before that. So Jabari Smith Jr. at 82, Kyle Kuzma at 81 from Braino. I like that from you, Braino. Good picking, mate. I like that. And we can start to see now that we're like, oh, where am I going to get these points from? After this round, there should be no more 20-point scorers on the board. And you can see the drop-off is then like your 19-point guys, but the percentages are going to hurt you. Of all of the guys with the percentages that hurt you field goal-wise, for some reason, it wasn't. There you go. Anthony Simons, Austin Reeves, Cam Thomas. There you go. The queue has already started to go. This is where I'm really hoping that Jordan Poole falls to me. Because if I can get Jordan Poole, who I think could be a 100 player at pick 96, 97, like on the back 96, 97, so bit of a Drake moment. I won't do that again, Kendrick. I do apologize. But I really like what I can do with that. I think it just consolidates my strengths. Guys like Trey Murphy, defense, I need points. OG Anunoby, I like Gafford around here. Oh, he just bloody went off the board before. Jalen Green, no. I'm probably going to lean into... No, look, I'm going to take Jalen Green here. I think it's the absolute upside, but I am shooting for the stars right now, and I'm looking for that one. And I'm probably going to just lock in some more defensive stats. Where's my boy PJ Washington? Did someone take Washington from me? No. Someone. Oh, no, I'm freaking out. Okay. I said RJ Barrett. That's going to fill out the rest of those forward spots, and I'm happy with that one. So I'm going to take in RJ Barrett here at 97, and I'm going to get a couple of my guys. I'm going to get a couple of my... Maybe it's a little bit early. Maybe it's not, but I'm okay with it. I'm getting the guys that I want, or at least the guys with the points after they went out. So let's go through that round and just see where we're going on the results. So finishing up that round, we had... Jalen Green from me, Bogdan Bogdanovic, Terry Rozier, Jonathan Kuminga, Alex Caruso, Brock Lopez, Anthony Simons, Cam Thomas, Bradley Beal, Kobe White, and Tyler Hero. And there you go. Jordan Poole went at the end of that one. So this is where those last of the points, guys, like I said, they're gone. By the end of that round, they're gone. Now, Jeremy Grant, 20 points a game, it might look really super appealing to you. But I just don't know if we're going to get that many points per game from him if he gets traded, or what the hell is going on over there with them over in Portland. Because as far as I'm concerned, they're probably going to want to tank at some point. And this is where guys like Shaden Sharp, Anthony Simons, and the rookies like Klingon are going to get more of the minutes than their entrenched guys like Ayton and Jeremy Grant. So I kind of like that around there. The only other guy that's going to fall from grace, surely he's not going to make his way back to me, is Chris Middleton. Now, look, his ADP is around 130 right now. His rank is 150. I think it's too far. We've already been talking Milwaukee Bucks, and we just did a show about late steals. Make sure you go back and check that one out. But this is where they're falling off quick. I'm going to need to get a couple of guys in there as well. I'm probably going to pick in, you know what? I'm going to do this to Braino because he's probably not going to like me taking him here. But Onyeka Okongwu, I still dream. We've seen him be better than this. I like it. But I also like Cam Johnson for points and for Cam Johnson. The other Cameron in Brooklyn. So I'm happy with this. Now, I'm going to move my queue around a little bit. I'm just going to shift these guys around. Come on, move over. No, fine, I'll click on it. The screen share is not going to let me do it, you bastard. Okay, that's fine. I can do that. I'm okay with this. Off the bat, Onyeka Okongwu, thank you. Malik Monk. Okay, Khalil Ware, we're going to recap over this in a second, but here we go. You can start to see. Now, I'm taking Chris Middleton here, and I'm taking him at 120, which I think is absolutely pure upside on that one. I like it. I'm a big fan of maybe some more. Look, he's still around, and he had a good season last year, and he was better than this. So I'm just going to get some sex. Colin Sexton. I'm going to like that for me because I think guys like Cam Johnson are going to be able to hang around in drafts this season. So I'm not going to be too aggressive on him. I like the points per game. I like the free throw percentages. And what I liked about last year from Colin Sexton is that his field goal percentage went up. You could see that last year it was at 487, and that was unexpected. He gets threes. He gives assists. I think his steals were down. His blocks were well down, and he turned it over. But he is there as a scorer. Dennis Schroeder, a nice little pickup right here. So let's recap that round there. Draft results. Hello. Let's go back through that last one. So Chris Middleton in round 10 finishes it off. Before that, Malik Monk, Khalil Ware. Now we'll talk about Khalil Ware because Aaron right here has drafted him, believing that he is going to be the starting power forward in Miami. We're yet to see it. Until that happens, I'm not aggressively drafting him. Mike Conley, Onyeka Okongwu, Aaron Naismith, Shaden Sharp. I like that pick. Kelly Olynyk, Zach Edey. We like that one. Ayo Dosunmu, I don't think I'm as high as Josh on him for this one. Jordan Clarkson, again, he's still there in Utah. A down season, so he's going to slip off draft radars a little bit. So it's probably a bit of a jump for him. Jordan Clarkson, as I said, and Bobby Portis. To start this round off, I took Colin Sexton, Tyus Jones, Jakob Poeltl, Josh Hart, Armin Thompson, Dennis Schroeder. If you were a Dennis Schroeder owner, perhaps Andre Drummond, Dan Gafford, Grayson Allen by Braino. Love that from you. Nemhard, Jeremy Grant. See, there he goes up. And there is one of my last round picks gone. Trace Jackson Davis from the Golden State Warriors. We just did that late round targets, and Trace, as you heard, was high on my agenda list. Guys like Andrew Wiggins, high on my agenda list. I like guys like that. Now, I know that I just took a buck, but there is another buck that I like, and I think is going to get plenty of threes, and that is Gary Trent Jr. I know he can get me steals a game. I know he's going to probably kook me by way a little bit of that, but I'm also looking for maybe a guy now that's late value, and I know that he's going to be the starter to start the season, and I'm going to go Al Horford here because this bloke is going to be the starter. He's going to rest back-to-backs, but I know he's going to get threes. He's not going to hurt my field goal percentage. He's going to probably buoy my free throw percentage. Last year, 867. If you see the projections for him to drop this much on Yahoo, I don't buy it as much, but this is where I'm taking Al Horford because I just think right now is about value. Guys with upside around here as well. I'm thinking if I need some more points, assists, and steals, it's those late round targets because this is my last two picks. Last two picks. I could get someone a bit more saucy than that. Denny Advia. This is probably good for Denny Advia. There's value here. I'm okay at the center power forward spot, but I like that interchangeability here. No, look, I'm going to... Do I get sticks? Look, it's a two-center league, and I've managed to do that, so I'm probably going to lean into... I'm going to pick up Horford because I can get a power forward spot out of him. It's not the sexiest pick that I'm going to make today, but I think it is just pure upside. Now I'm at 145. And you can see that there's guys like Brogdon, starting point guard, Keldon Johnson, Denny Advia, who I just clicked on, Jaden Ivey, Marcus Smart, Benedict Mathurin, Scoot Henderson here. I like it. I like Scoot here, last pick. That is nothing but upside. But I am going to take who I think. I'm going to make this the dependable team because I was basing it around Jokic. So I've just lent into the who I think is the more improved version of Malik Beasley. And that's going to be Gary Trent Jr. So we'll recap that last round for you as well. Here we go. We've got finishing off round 12 was Horford, Bagley, Wendell Carter Jr., DeAnthony Melton. I like Melton and Hendricks around there. Stephen Castle, there's an upside pick. Bojan Bogdanovic in Brooklyn, upside pick. Nick Richards, that's a handcuff to Mark Williams pick. Aaron Gordon, fine. That's where I was pissed off that Cam Johnson went. Thank you very much. 135. I'll take that every day of the week. Derek Lively and Klay Thompson. Kicking off this last round, I had Gary Trent Jr. because I just think he's going to have a dependable role there. Bilal Coulibaly, Keldon Johnson, Buddy Hield, Marcus Smart, Denny Advia, Norm Powell, and DeAndre Hunter. That would have really kicked Braino in the jewels because he's a mad Atlanta Hawks fan. So he would have been filling up his team as much as humanly possible with all of the Hawkeye goodness that he could get. And I know that he was sniped on a couple of those. But overall, I really like this team. I'm strong across the board. I'm strong in points, threes, assists, steals. Free throw percentage is probably decent. And again, I don't always trust these projections here. Let's have a look. Okay, so at this point, it's got me tied with K-Dash at 1. And you can see that here, it said that I'm weaker on free throw percentage off their projections at 830. It tells me that I'm winning out. I'm okay with that. Now, I did drop in my field goal percentage. I've taken a couple of those guys that they're not projecting well, especially the Jalen Green picks and the guys like Gary Trent Jr. And that hurts me a little bit. But again, I can always look to trade them later on in my draft and see how I go. Points, I ended up climbing that back. As I said, you can get those points guys late and you can do very well out of that one. Rebounds, I'm middle of the pack there. That's pretty bloody good. You can see that I made up assists by being strategic about that, getting guys who are willing passers. So if you look through my team, I'll put it up there in a second. I've got dudes across the board who can pass and add to that. And that is what you do to complement a guy like Nikola Jokic. Blocks, look, I'm middle of the pack. And if you look there, Paolo and Andrew, look at their teams. Look, Andrew's here. You look at the blocks guys. Guys like Giannis, Zion, Walker Kessler, Zubac, Okongwu. Out of position blocks from Alex Caruso, Amen Thompson, Scotty Barnes is going to get you these. So they've really lent into these. Not bad, but according to Yahoo standards, you can see where we finish up. So here we go. Ranks at the end. K-Dash and I, 1 and 2. This is just on the Yahoos, but look at the blocks guys. The blocks guys have gone harder, finished 8.5 and 7. So it can be a little bit harder to build around them. And you can see that where that fits off, that he's really tried to complement that. The blocks are low, steals are high. Steals, right where I want to be. Turnovers, great. Middle of the pack to be down. I generally try and punt them, but that's what I do. I try and punt turnovers a little bit, but at the time, I don't want to just be throwing the ball over because it is a category and we do need to pay attention to it. But what I'm really happy with here is I have a super competitive free throw percentage. Now, that can be volatile. Of course, it is free throw percentage and it can be volatile at any point in time. But what I'm looking at there is I'm just looking to bolster my amount of stats that I can get across the board. Off my projections, I win. You can see there that I'm just off. But then again, my projections are different from Yahoo's projections. And I'm using those, all the ones from our big draft board. Now, our big draft board is available right now. You can get help with your mocks just like that with our rankings and our consensuses from pick 1 through pick 168. It's 168. So you can go into your draft knowing. So you get my board, you get Mally's board, you get Matty's board. And you get Skitty's board. And then there is a consensus board from all of those ones. That was a lot of fun. I really like that build. I'm going to put that out there online as well. I will screen share Braino's build as well because I promised my mate that I'd jump in there and have a look at his build because Braino, I know that he was absolutely sniped a couple of those times because he loves his Hawks. And I know dead to bloody rights that Braino would have been looking forward to putting a few of those in his team. But as you can see there, he didn't end up getting all the guys that he wanted, but he picked really, really well. And on my projections, I've actually got him finishing up towards the top of the ladder as well. So absolutely love that from Braino. Very much liking what I'm seeing here from him by way of Trae Young. Good picking for Trae Young. Because again, it's a build that you want to feed assist, and he's complemented that there with guys like Fred VanVleet and Cade Cunningham. Really strong assist guys off the board there. DeMar DeRozan, locking down points. Chet Holmgren fell to him. Couldn't say anything. Pascal Siakam. And what I like about this as well, what you'll notice on your Yahoo, if you're new to Yahoo especially, is it won't have any stats there or projections because those guys are rookies. So where you can see standings at the end, and if you're being hard on yourself and you see Nathan down here at 10, well, he's also missing stats to put him in a competitive zone where we could put him well up on here. So you want to pay attention to that when you're looking through. And that's what's going to hurt you. Zach Edey's definitely going to have a role there in Memphis. Aaron Gordon, Kyle Kuzma, great picking by Cam Thomas. Absolutely love that one from him. Dante DiVincenzo and Grayson Allen, basically the same player with one who has red hair and they wear different team uniforms. And Brandon Podziemski finishing off his one. And again, back to my team. Let's go up to the top and have a look at the my team here. All right, LaMelo Ball, Kawhi Leonard, Derek White, Franz Wagner, Tobias Harris, RJ Barrett. I did the Jokic build. This was my punt Wemby build. Hartenstein, Jalen Green, Chris Middleton, Colin Sexton, Al Horford, and Gary Trent Jr. I am absolutely rolling in that one. I'm delighted, to be honest. I think that went a lot better than I thought it could because, again, you do have a risk when you – look, there's a lot of risk. There's a lot of risk. LaMelo Ball and Kawhi there, you probably take one of the two because there's other really good players on there. But maybe the Clippers play him 75 games without Paul George in town. They're going to need it. They're going to need that in that new arena. And I think that he's going to bring a level of quality and return back. But again, you're really leaning into like, oh shit. You're literally like going down a razor blade hill, like on a piece of paper, ready for it to split at any second when you draft two guys like that back to back. But it was a perfect compliment for Jokic. and I'm very, very happy about it. Big shout out as well to our good friends over at the Standard Squeeze. They will give you 15% off all your stuff at Father's Day. Get your orders in now. IFS15 is the promo code for that one. You can get all your gear, your coolers, your stubby coolers, your camping gear. Get onto that one. Make sure you like and subscribe. The link for our big draft board that I was telling you about, it is below. You want to get onto that one. Get it into you. We'll see you soon, kids. Bye.